Hello and welcome to Revsportz. This is Trisha and Snehasis. Last video from Vizag. Not our last video. We are not leaving the job, but maybe some people in the Indian team should. But anyway, we will not go into this right away. What we will do is let's dissect the India Amal Mazumdar PC and the Aliza Healy PC. Of course, we'll start with Amal Mazumdar and let's try and understand what probably because see, the head coach, first of all, it was refreshing that thankfully after a major defeat, or rather back-to-back defeats, they did not send Krantigor or Jemima or Smriti, the usual spokespersons, and now even Pratika, because Pratika speaks well, is one of the spokespersons. Amal Mazumdar himself walked in, so that's one thing. What did Amal say? What did Aliza Healy say? Let's break it down and not analyze the press conference, but try and understand what both the camps are feeling right now. Of course, the happier of the two camps, there is no way that there's a confusion in that, will obviously be the Australian camp. But Snehasis, what was the first topic that we should bring up, or what do you want to discuss?
I think we can start with the Amal Mazumdar PC.
Done.
Yeah, and I think the first question that obviously was asked, that what went wrong and everything.
Yes.
And I think he truly emphasized on that thing that we could have done better in the finishing of the first innings with the bat. He clearly said that we maybe in hindsight we can say that okay, 10 more runs, 20 more runs, this could have done, this could have done. But definitely, what he said that we definitely could have added more 20 runs with the bat.
30.
Yeah.
30. You were 302 for 5 in 44 overs. Then you had 36 balls left. And with 5 wickets in hand in 36 balls, if you at least in the last 6 overs do not score 10 runs per over, then what's the point of the openers, working so hard and against an Aussie lineup, getting their act together and getting it right? As far as finishing is concerned, I think it wasn't a problem only in this match. Even in the last game, towards the end,
he mentioned that
yes, he did.
Against Australia, in this match we didn't finish with the bat. In the last game against South Africa, we didn't finish with the ball, and that is why South Africa managed to pull out the game.
But how will you finish with the ball when you do not have bowlers? Harmanpreet is bowling 1 or 2 overs. Okay, first of all, even if say there aren't bowlers, Pratika is the one who practices. Pratika has also rolled her arm over in the nets at times. After all this has happened, Harman is bowling as the 6th bowler. Yes. Even if that's 1 or 2 overs, I'm not saying that Pratika would have come and taken 6 wickets. I'm definitely not saying that. I'm just saying that do you not think, Snehasis, that the team and its ideas, the moment they are in the back foot, and we have spoken about this over and over again, but there's no clarity and there's a lot of haphazardness about it.
Yes, absolutely. I think against South Africa it was quite shocking to see suddenly Harmanpreet Kaur coming up to ball. And as you mentioned that in the practice net, even before the start of the South Africa match, we saw Pratika Rawal rolling her arms over. I think in the last 1 year, I think Pratika bowled enough overs for this side. Took here and there, took few wickets also. But we are not talking about the wickets. We are talking about the role that she can play with the
Correct.
ball. So yeah, it's quite surprising to see that she is not bowling. Harmanpreet is bowling, but that is not the main point. The main point is to come up with 6 proper bowling options that you have. You can come up with this option, but for that you have to sacrifice one of your batters.
But you have said in the press, not you, of course, Amal Mazumdar has said in the press conference that they don't want to tinker with the top order because they will lose some sort of rhythm that according to them is there. Because I cannot see the rhythm. Even today, if you consider, it's Smriti who has scored 78 and I think Pratika has scored 74 or something. 74, 75 and then there is no 50.
Yes, all 30s, 20s.
Exactly. And now, you go to Australia.
Yeah.
Ashley Gardner 40s. Perry. Litchfield.
Yes.
And one of the batters who were settled from the beginning has gone on to score 142, which is almost 2/3 of the run that needed to be chased. Yes, Aliza Healy was out of form. Yes, Aliza Healy has delivered. In fact, before the match, if you remember, Healy had said that power play is what I will target. And the way beautifully Healy has paced her innings, in the power play, she went absolutely berserk. After the power play, she slowed down, finished her 100 because she knew that there are enough batters to chip in with the 40s, the 50s and maybe the 60s as well. But there was one person, anyone, who had to put their hand up and say, I will take it long. And that was Healy today. By the way, this is the 3rd century by an Australian in this World Cup. And think of the other teams. India still has 0 centuries.
And they batted in 3 innings only.
And they batted in 3 innings only because one of their games was washout.
Yes.
And in all 3 innings there was 1 centurion. First game, Ash Gardner. Second game, Beth Mooney. Third game, Aliza Healy. The others will definitely play around one of the batters. But not everyone can just say that we will play around. Somebody has to be that pivot. Maybe Indian team's pivot got a stand today but wasn't there around whom they could play, But yeah, anyway.
So what we're talking about?
This PC. Well, it's quite late and I can understand Snehasis. Yes. Also, we are having brain fade moments because I think the frustration is also coming out.
Yes, okay. The dot ball percentage is also another topic that Aman Majumdar today talked about. So he clearly said this is one aspect of the game that they are looking to improve. I think the only way to improve that, only the players start to rotate the strike more.
Yeah, I think the intent was better today though.
Yeah, that to be honest. Mentioned that in today's game, the approach at least was better than the rest of the games that they have played so far. But still, they will look to more improve that.
I think the biggest positive though of today's game definitely has to be India's fielding.
Yes, lastly he mentioned that also. I think at least in this one aspect, I think you guys will,
agree with me because Aman Majumdar read the room. He knew all of us were pretty angry. Angry not because we are hating on someone, but we want the team to win. We want people to do well. So yeah, he has spoken about that.
Yes. So Aman Majumdar said that this is the one part that we were good today because the fielders tried their best. They are throwing themselves on the ball. They are trying their best to stop all those singles and doubles as they have for those particular runs, because that is why they managed to keep the games alive till the last moment. So that is the only part that he was happy, and obviously we have to agree on that also. I think Jemima was fantastic.
I thought Jemima,
the
Kranti save, Radha, yes. I think fantastic. Yes. But there are certain things which again I thought there were some captaincy issues there. Field placements weren't there. Field placements weren't correct, but you cannot, even the Sneh Rana catch, when the Phoebe Litchfield won, and I'll tell you why. It was, though it had come straight to Sneh, but the thing was it was really fast, because Phoebe had hit and then the batting, the power, she smashed that. So it could have easily gone in between, and we have seen that happen, especially because remember there's excessive dew. Sneh Rana was bowling in between. Of course, you run from one place to another, and your hand is sweaty. It's very hot and humid, so you are continuously sweating. Your hand is sweaty. The dew, the wet ball. And if it's hit at that power, you can miss it. But I thought Sneh Rana was good. The other catch, Aliza Healy also Sneh Rana, right? I think that could have, fallen down. So some extremely good catch, and of course, a flying Jemima Rodriguez. While Jemmy has to get her act together as far as batting is concerned, but fielding wise, I think Snehasis, she was very good in the South Africa game as well.
Yes, absolutely, and especially the ground fielding.
Yes.
I think it was superb, and
even the South Africa game, she had almost pulled out an impossible catch.
Yes, yes, and in that same region. Only.
Yes.
But I think this is what you need from your ground when it comes to the ground fielding, because that type of fielding creates an opportunity for you out of nowhere. Even today also there were one, two moments.
Two, three run out opportunities.
Yes, where throw could have been a little better.
Yes.
I can understand it was quite difficult. Suddenly, you're stopping the ball and you have to quick, recollect the ball and throw to. I can understand that, but still, I think, one or two better throw and
absolutely, and you have created chances. That's the point, yes. And that's what fielding does for you. You create chances. So
and
I think
this is the effort that all want to see from the team.
I agree.
Yes.
Next point. Yes. What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Open to rethinking the team balance.
Yeah, I mean, you've just lost 2 games because of your team, because of the team so-called balance that you were trying to retain. So, do you see them going with 6 bowlers, or do you see a direct swap between Amanjot and Renuka?
See, I think in the pre-match live show of today's match, I told you guys that what I think that maybe they will go with the answers thing, and that is what they did. Yeah. So I don't know, but I have told you earlier also before this video, right, that what Amar Majumdar said today in the press conference, it seems that the team might be thinking in that way. Yeah.
But he has contradicted himself.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how.
Top order.
You are saying balance, and then you are saying we don't want to change we don't want to tinker with the top order because we don't want them to lose rhythm. So if you don't tinker with the top order, who are you going to change? And where will you get in the 6th bowler? Your 6th bowler can only come out of replacing one of the top 5. Okay, you cannot, and this we have been saying repeatedly. It's either Harleen or Jemima. One of them has to sit out for for Renuka to come in. So
and that is the clear picture that everyone knows now and everyone is talking about.
Yeah.
But let's see in the next game against England whether they came up with a 6 bowling option or not. But ultimately you need, I think, because especially considering the due factor.
Also, Amanjot is not your 10 overs bowler. Amanjot will give you good 4-5 overs on a good day. If Amanjot gives you 4-5 overs and you also have the luxury of, for example, if today Renuka was there and Amanjot gave you the 4-5 overs along with Kranti, you could have saved a lot of runs. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, so that is the point. And the next is youngster, praise.
Of course, Kranti Gaur and Sri Charni. I think Charni was bowling at the right pace today. She kept her calm even though she knew she'll be attacked by the Australians. Home conditions, home run.
Absolutely, and I think the line and length was superb. I mean, from ball 1, she was hitting the right line and length, and wicket to wicket. I think she was not giving the room that other bowlers were giving to Australian batters, especially Alyssa Healy. But I think Alyssa Healy also talked about in Sri Charni that Charni was getting that turn, and that is why it was quite struggling to hit her. So yeah, I think for a youngster like her, in home conditions, the way she bowled against Australia, I think that was praiseworthy, and that is what
And it's a very interesting thing. When you're a youngster, of course, Alyssa Healy praising you, your coach praising you is one thing. The other thing is when your team, not teammates directly, but people from the Andhra Cricket Association, and I'm talking about players, youngsters like the under-19 boys, the junior girls, when they look up to you. And how do we know that? When we went for a practice session, there was Smriti batting in one net, Arundhati batting in one net, I think Arundhati and Kranti were batting or something of that sort, and the other net Sri Charni was batting, or Kranti and Sri Charni were exchanging and batting. All the bowlers, all the under-19 boys, in fact, were way more interested in bowling in the 3rd net. And initially, Snehasis and I did not understand why is everybody going and standing there, can I bowl, can I bowl? And then we asked one of the players that why exactly do you want to bowl there? And they were like, our Charani is there, no? We want to bowl to her. She of course is not a batter. But that tells you how You know how she has been that.
It's like one of our people playing for India.
Exactly, and that can only happen when you are doing well. If she was not doing well enough, I don't think anybody would have been that inspired, that motivated to try and bowl to her. But yes, that's lovely. Let's shift to the Aliza Healy press conference. Of course, Healy was all smiles, and why not? She was struggling with the bat. She definitely did not have a good score for quite a while now. But in the final World Cup as captain, that's what she said before the game, Aliza Healy scored, and what a knock it was.
Yes, absolutely. Clean hitting and clarity. Like, she knows whom to attack, when to attack, and which are the balls that you need to be attacked. I think.
And Snehasis, yes, she does not score a lot of runs. Yes, she is inconsistent. But she rises to the occasion. And when she rises to the occasion, she does not score 100 and stop there. She goes on to make it count, makes it big. Yes, the last time she scored 100 in the World Cup was in the 2020 in the ODI World Cup, was in the 2022 ODI World Cup final, 170. And then when she decides, as in she played the shots, she got going, she gets a 142. And they are mammoth scores, they're not just hundreds. Especially, these are not test match scores, these are one-day scores, so it does mean a lot. And she did say that she regretted choosing to bowl first.
I think that was the best way possible to kick off the
press conference
for her. I think when she was asked, the first question was, what were you thinking when India was going, that much strong, the opening partnership and all. She smiled and said, after 8-9 overs, I just think...
It was a typical, Aliza Healy laugh, I would say, She was like, I thought,
what I have done after 8-9 overs. Why I have chosen to bowl first in this wicket. But yeah, I think, but she said that after that we also understood that the wicket will be like that and a high scored game it will be, and we will be chasing a high score. We understood that, and according to that we adapted to the plans and all. But obviously she praised Annabelle Sutherland. I think the bowling spell that she had, especially the slower balls, I think exceptional. I think she changed the game for Australia.
Absolutely, she did. But also because we are talking about Healy and fun, Healy also spoke about how Alana King was ready. You should tell that to the audience as well.
Yes. So another question was asked to Healy that what was going on, in the dressing room, that because
towards the end when Perry came out.
When 7th wicket gets down, still they need 28-30 runs.
Yeah.
So one more wicket here and there, things could have been a bit tricky. But that's the confidence of Australia that they carry, right? So Aliza said, no, Alana King was there, she is jumping around.
Yeah, that's what I found funny. She was like, no, Alana King was ready and she was jumping around to come out to bat.
And she obviously she's coming out after unbeaten 50.
Yeah.
Once me and Sri thought Alana King coming ahead of Sophie Morin. Yeah. They didn't understood
because their height is a little similar. So when she was walking out, because so the dressing room is completely the opposite side of press box. So when she was coming out, suddenly both of us are like, are Australia going like on form? They're going with Alana King.
I went one step ahead. I thought promotion has been given before for the last knock maybe, but no, it was Sophie Morin.
But also Kim Gard played an absolute handy-dong.
Kim Gard carries so much confidence with the
and you could see Kim Gard was actually very upset with Ellis Perry by the way, because Perry was continuously telling her, don't hit, don't go for a glory shot. And then finally Kim Gard walks up to Perry and said, listen, बहुत हो गया, अभी मैच खत्म करो. ये last ball, 6 runs needed. Let's not take it to the last over. But in fact, if the match went on to the last over, then India would have to put one fielder extra inside because you were behind the over rate. When you have scored 330 and you can see the game is getting closer, you do not need press conferences out there. You will be given chance to have press conferences. Because look, that is also the game awareness. You have to quickly understand that for that, that over, even if Amanjot had come and bowled 2-3 good balls, If you have extra fielders inside the circle, one big hit and the match is over. So small things, but India needs to think, rethink and be more game aware. Getting back to the Healy press conference.
Yes, okay. On tactical reading of the Vizag pitch, and what Elsaili said that because she watched the game between India and South Africa, but today she clearly said the pitch acted, it was batting friendly, but she expected a little more from the pitch. She didn't expect that much batting friendly initially, at least.
This is the same thing that Australia has been saying since the bilateral series, that we expect a little more from the pitch. If we give you a little more turn, then I don't think you will be able to handle. So flat pitch is better for you guys. Flat pitch is better for India, flat pitch is better for Australia. And I think flat pitch, we have seen the way people have struggled against Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka bowlers, spinners. That flat pitch probably is better. Also, I think better exhibition of the game.
Yes, absolutely. People
kill the bowlers.
People love to see.
Give bowling machines.
Yes, but I think one thing that we have to appreciate of Elsaili, the acceptance. So when she was asked that whether you are frustrated for not scoring that much of runs coming to this World Cup, because we are also talking about in different videos that since that 170 in that 2022 ODI final, World Cup final, she has only 250s and 100, right? So as a captain of Australian side, you are coming to
and most importantly, you are an opener. And also you are an opener. So that means you are getting exactly.
So still, and your average is around what, 25, 26 only.
Yeah.
That is only. So she's completely, but the way she accepted it, that was beautiful.
Yeah, I think
she clearly said, I was frustrated, and you can clearly see me getting frustrated in nets also. So it's so good to see that I don't know what happened, everything was gone from me, nothing was working from me, but yeah, suddenly something.
But she has this innate humor about whatever she says.
Yes.
But also even in the press conference before the match, you and I were chatting about it, that Healy was absolutely upfront, would love Indian players to be that upfront. And so is, Nadine de Klerk.
Very clear and clarity.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know what exactly, probably the Indian players do not trust the press much or whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure what exactly is wrong. But somehow the press conferences do not give you a lot of clarity. I think today at least Amol Mazumdar did give you a bit of clarity.
Today it was much better.
Yes. But of course from here on we are going to go to Indore. Indian team, I think,
will follow us.
As always, will follow us. But they have an off day in Vizag today, because this is going here. So they have an off day in Vizag today. Day after they will be traveling, and then they will still have 4 or 5 days to practice, where I think there will be 1 or 2 optional training sessions as well. And how many turn up, what are the plans? We of course are going to bring you all the coverage. All you need to do is like, share, subscribe and support Revsportz, all 3 platforms. Please do support us, and please do reward our hard work by following us, subscribing to Revsportz. As of now, thank you. Have a good day. Next time we see you guys, we will be in Indore. Right now, we are indoors. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.